Hey everybody, it's Luke over at Galaxy Tech Review, and the Acer Predator Helios 300 has arrived. You can pick this up on Amazon at the time of this review for $1,099. And of course, I'll have that link in the description below where you guys can check it out. Now, this is going to be a step above the Acer VX15, which I have been reviewing quite extensively lately, and the Predator 15 and 17 line. If you take a look at some of the specs on here, and I'll try to get these in frame so that you can see them. Windows 10 Home 64-bit. You do have that Intel i7 7700HQ processor, a 15.6-inch IPS LED display, and I will go into what that's made of, or who makes that, and everything. Your Nvidia GeForce GTX 1060, and this is the 6GB card with 6GB of GDDR5 memory, 16GB of DDR4 system memory, a 256GB SSD. It's an M.2 drive. You also get 802.11 AC and Bluetooth. You do get an HD 720p camera with 2 microphones that actually sound really good, and a 4-cell lithium battery, which we'll go into again a little bit later. So that's what you get with the Predator Helios 300, and we'll get into that now. Once you get everything open, there are 3 main things that we're going to look at. There's an accessories box, which really just has your power brick, the laptop itself, and then an envelope from Acer, which is actually pretty cool. They did not give you an envelope or anything like that with the VX15. So opening up the envelope, there's just a few things inside here that we're going to take a look at. There is a Predator Helios 300 setup guide. There is a insert from Amazon.com asking you to contact Acer if you have any problems. I got mine on Amazon. And a Predator Helios 300 guide itself, or overall guide itself. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that. I did want to show you this though. This card is embossed with the Predator logo, and on the back it states the Predator Premium Service. Thank you for joining the Predator team. Along with this premium product comes a premium service. From a 2-year limited warranty to dedicated support team for Predator products, we are here to make sure that you have the best experience. They also give you a phone number down here that you can call 24/7, 365 days a year. And they also give you chat at the bottom as well, which is http://go.acer.com/Predator chat. Now you get a 2-year warranty. So that's very cool. 2 years. So that's they're doubling the warranty that most people will give you just because it's a Predator product, and that's actually pretty cool. Just something I wanted to show you guys real quick. Now inside this box, again, I call it an accessories box, but it's really just for your power brick, and I do want to spend a few seconds on the power brick here just to give you guys an idea of the differences in this power brick. Now this is the power brick. And of course, cable here is a 3-prong to 3-prong cable that will plug into the back of your power brick. It's not overly huge. This power brick is just a tiny bit bigger than the 135-watt power brick that was with the VX15. And when I say tiny bit, I'm talking only like half an inch. So it's not much bigger at all. If we look at the input on this, it is a 100 to 240 volts at 2.34 amps at 50 to 60 hertz. It is, the output is 19.5 volts at 9.23 amps, and it is a 180 watt power supply. So this 180 watt power supply isn't that much bigger than the 135 watt that comes with the VX15. So overall, I was pretty impressed with that. This is still something that I could easily throw in a bag and won't have any problems with. So let's get to the laptop itself here. It comes in this box, which is very cool. They've done a really good job at packaging on this versus some of the other things, including the VX15. It's just got more of a premium feel. You've got this box with a felt foam liner in it, which makes things a little bit more premium feeling. And I'm going to take the plastic off here. I have obviously taken it off before, but I wanted to show you guys how it does come packed and how you'll see it when it's packed up. Now, the first thing that I notice on this laptop is that it is a kind of a fingerprint magnet. And that's the same for almost every laptop that I've ever tested. So when people complain about that, That's fine if you're, good luck finding one that doesn't attract fingerprints is my whole thing. On the VX15, you had a brushed aluminum look that was plastic. On this one, you have an aluminum back. That isn't actually an aluminum back. The vents on the back look quite like the VX15, but you do have the reds on the venting are quite muted compared to the brighter reds on the VX15. They do have a lip on the front here that you can see for grip. I think it is pretty nice. Helps you pull the laptop lid up. And overall brushed aluminum. So very, very cool. So again, taking a look or a little closer look at the deck itself and the keyboard is pretty much exactly like the VX15. No flex in the middle of the keyboard, or very little, if any. So I had a solid typing experience on the VX15, so I'm also going to give this one a solid typing experience as well. The trackpad is also the same or almost the same, and I had a good experience with that as well. So far, trackpad and keyboard are great. Notice that this also, the deck itself, is brushed aluminum. It is not plastic. Now the underside is plastic, but this deck is brushed aluminum. So they've changed the top plate to brushed aluminum, and they've also changed the deck to the palm rest itself to brushed aluminum. Now it does gather some fingerprints. Again, I dare you to find too many laptops that don't acquire fingerprints. Overall, again, the typing experience, just as it was on the Acer VX15, is a good, solid typing experience. Probably not the best one that I've had, but far from the worst one that I've had. So I don't have any problems with that. Same single backlighting. You do get chamfered edges all the way around here, as you can see from that. That help actually when you're resting your palms on it. They don't dig in as much as that plastic did. If we take a look at the ports on the side, you're going to have an SD card slot. You're going to have a 3.0 USB and HDMI. You are going to have a USB Type-C port. It is still Gen 1. This is not Thunderbolt. So don't get overly excited about that. They had to cut corners somewhere. Thunderbolt was probably one of them. Your wired LAN port here and a Kensington lock slot at the end. And if we go to the other side, you're going to see nothing in the front. The other side itself has a combo jack, which is your headphone microphone combo jack, two USB 2.0 ports as well. So they went from two 3.0 ports to two 2.0 ports, maybe for saving a few extra dollars there. Some lighting for charging and activity, and there is your AC plug-in. It is on the right side instead of the left side now. That is something for right-handed users to notice, but it has an angled connector, so when you angle it backwards, and since it's all the way on the back, it's not going to get in the way of your mouse. On the back, we do have that red accented venting situation here, and as you can see, one is closed. It's for aesthetics only. The fans themselves are the new Aeroblade fans. They are made out of metal, and there are two of them, but they are located on one side of the laptop instead of like in the VX15 where you actually had two fans, one on either side. So time will tell how that holds up with thermals, and I'll get that when we start reviewing some more intense games and things like that. So far, I haven't seen anything crazy with it. So my overall thoughts are they cut a few different things to make this price point at $1099 for a GTX 1060 laptop with 6 gigabytes of DDR5 memory. They cut a few different things. They changed around the ports. You do lose a USB 3.0 port. And the two major cuts that they did that aren't really cuts in my book, but they are to them, is the internal 256 M.2 drive in this particular model is a Micron drive, and it's a fine drive. It's 6 gigabyte SATA, but originally in the VX15 we got an entry-level NVMe drive, which is gonna be a lot faster on read speeds, so that's a trade-off. The other major one is the panel. Now the panel itself is fine. It's on par with the VX15's IPS panel. Will it be good enough for photography work? No, because it's not a high gamut panel. Is it an IPS panel with awesome viewing angles? Yes. Is the color good enough for gaming? Certainly. I don't do any photography. The colors pop to me. They look great in games, and I don't have any problems with this Innolux panel that they have, but they saved a few dollars by going with Innolux versus LG most likely. So those are the cuts that I see in this particular laptop. So that's my unboxing and first impressions of the Acer Predator Helios 300. Again, you can check it out on Amazon for $10.99 at this time. And it is, in my opinion, worth the extra $100 to grab this laptop. One, because you get about 30 to 35% increase in graphics boost over the 1050 Ti. If you've followed my videos on the 1050 Ti, you know how that performs in games, and you can add a 30 to 35% increase of performance on top of that. They have added aesthetics to this laptop that make it feel more sturdy with the aluminum back and the aluminum palm rest. I really like how sturdy this laptop feels. There are a few cutbacks, as we mentioned, with the M.2 drive and the IPS panel, but they are not deal breakers in any way. The M.2 drive is still fast. The IPS panel still looks awesome. So yes, I think it's worth the extra $100 price point. This was Luke from Galaxy Tech Review. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Remember to like, and if you haven't done so already, please subscribe because that always helps me out. And I'll check you out on the next video.